So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody or you're nobody. Be right back.
Okay, let's watch some Denzel movies. Okay, alright. I'm putting cases out on all you bitches. Dude is legit. This man is a legend. I hope y'all recognize greatness when you see it. Before I get started today, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button, and also please consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. So Denzel Washington's new movie, The Little Things, is being released in theaters and on HBO Max this Friday. So I thought it was a great time to dedicate a whole week's worth of content to one of the greatest living actors of our generation.
My man.
I have the utmost respect for Denzel, both as an actor and who he is as a person. He's self-made, he's 100% dedicated to his craft, and he doesn't make excuses for anything, and I can appreciate all of those things. I'm going to start off Denzel Week with my top 5 favorite Denzel movies. To be clear, this isn't necessarily his best performances, although they could be considering he's never really had a bad performance. This is just my personal favorite list of movies that Denzel has been a part of. Mainly the ones I find most entertaining and rewatchable. Before I get started with my top 5, I have a few honorable mentions. Fallen is one of those movies that Denzel did early in his career, and it's a very unique movie, and it's not something that I could picture him doing nowadays. It features the spirit of a serial killer jumping from body to body, tormenting the officer who arrested him. If that premise alone doesn't make you want to go check it out, I don't know what will. As for other honorable mentions, I've made it clear on this channel many times that I'm not a huge fan of Spike Lee movies, but the 2 movies of his that I found most enjoyable both had Denzel Washington in them, and that's no coincidence. I'm talking about He Got Game and more specifically, Malcolm X. Denzel elevates everything he's in, and Malcolm X is no exception to that. How he didn't win more accolades for embodying Malcolm X the way he did, I'll never understand it. So now I'm on to my top 5, and I have to admit 1 through 4 were pretty easy for me, but the 5th one I had a hard time hammering that one down. And it's not that I couldn't come up with a 5th movie that I enjoyed, it's just that there's so many movies to choose from. I feel like Denzel came into this movie just wanting all the smoke. He basically said, I'm in this movie with a legend, but you're going to remember me when it's all over. Denzel frequently collaborated with the late Tony Scott, but I feel like this movie is probably their best collaboration of any of the movies they did together. I was turned on to this movie relatively late in life, but I'm really glad that I gave it a chance when I did. It has an amazing cast, but most notably it features Denzel going toe-to-toe with acting legend Gene Hackman. This was his statement movie where he said, I'm here now, I'm a Hollywood superstar, and I'm here to stay. The whole thing takes place on a US nuclear missile sub, and it features a power struggle after there's some conflicting orders about whether or not to launch an attack or not. Trust me, it's great, it's filled with tension, go watch it. I think Denzel is the best cinematic high school football coach of all time. I feel like he's penetrating my soul with every single scene that he's in. Even if sports movies aren't your thing, I think there's something in Remember the Titans for everyone. It features a newly appointed African-American coach as he's trying to keep a racially integrated high school football team from falling apart. If I could have any movie high school football coach give me life lessons, it would be Denzel's Coach Boone. The way he was able to galvanize the team as well as the coaches in this movie, while also dealing with all the societal issues that were ripping the country apart at the time, it's just a really great story with a great message. Highly recommended by me, but I'm sure most of you have seen it already. I think Denzel is the only actor on the planet that can make Simple Simon-ass motherfucker sound like a fire insult. Loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. So true, and words to live by. Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, and Denzel Washington in a modern gangster classic? Shut up and take my money. And the crazy part is this movie turned out to be every bit as great as it sounded on paper. The movie shows the rise and fall of Harlem drug lord Frank Lucas in a corrupt 1970s New York City. Denzel just has so much swagger and bravado in this movie, he just oozes charisma. I'm of the opinion that Denzel's performance should be up there with some of the more legendary gangster portrayals in film history. The best of these roles always came when they managed to make you sympathize with someone who is inherently evil. Denzel's character in this movie has a code of ethics that gives him a lot of success. It's only when he surrounds himself with the wrong people who don't follow that code that he experiences a lot of setbacks. I won't go into too much detail, but definitely seek out American Gangster if you haven't seen it before. It's worth a watch. Denzel is like the hand of God in this movie, just pimp smacking anyone who gets in his way. Come on with it. I think the moral of this story is, treat customer service employees well, because one day, the hope for humanity may rest in their hands. This movie was directed by the Hughes brothers, and it takes place in this very bleak, post-apocalyptic world. The film features a lone wanderer on a mission to deliver a book that will no doubt be humanity's last hope for redemption. This is a much more subtle performance from Denzel Washington, but don't get me wrong, it's still just as effective. He's a mysterious figure right up until the end, but you really admire his dedication to his mission. He does a great job at portraying a man of faith while also doing things that are kind of ugly but are necessary for the greater good. It's got great fight sequences, Gary Oldman is the villain and opposite of Denzel. What more could you ask for? The Book of Eli is an underappreciated movie and well worth a watch. He's pretty much a dick from the start in this movie, so I don't know why we didn't see this shit coming.
You ever had your shit pushed in?
This movie asks a lot of questions, but that is one question that I did not expect to get asked. King Kong ain't got shit on me! This is the role that finally got Denzel the Best Actor Oscar that he so desperately deserved. This was also the film from my teenage years that really made me pay attention to the talent level that Denzel had. It actually made me go back and check out some of his older work that I had missed. He completely owns this role and steals every single scene that he's in. It features a veteran officer as he escorts a rookie in his first day in LAPD's narcotics division. It's gritty, it's real, it forces you to ask some uncomfortable questions, specifically what it takes to get by in a world like this, and that thin line between good and evil. It's really a perfect movie for all intensive purposes. I'm going to be doing a longer, in-depth review of Training Day within the next couple of days on the channel, so please be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell if you want a notification for when I upload. And that's my top 5 favorite Denzel movies. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Right on.